Hi, how's it going, guys? It's me, Seamus, and we are back for another story. That's right, it's story time again. How have you guys been since the last one? I haven't done this in a while. Now, you're probably wondering why I was staring out the window there. There really wasn't a reason. There wasn't. I just like to be creepy and stare out the window sometimes through the blinds so that people can see my eyes looking out at them. Anyway, story time. So, I was out at the lake with my lady a couple days ago. This was a good, bad trip. Let me explain. So, we get to the lake, and it's a very nice lake. We're there pretty early, like 11 o'clock-ish. We get out there, we set up on the bank, little beach area, and we sit there for a while. We're not really sure what we want to do, because we know that water is going to be ice cold, so we watch people for a while. And a couple people decide they're going to go in. A couple people decide they're going to do what we're doing. But this one guy. There was one guy. He came up with a metal detector. So everybody thought, okay, he's going to walk up and down the beach. He's going to be that guy that tells you, hey, can I right here for a second? No, that's not what this guy did. He walked down the beach, and then he got to the end of it, and then he turned towards the water. And fully dressed, not in a swimsuit, has his boots on and everything, walks into the water with his metal detector and starts scanning the lake floor. And me and my lady are like, this guy's awesome. I like this guy. It was crazy. And he was thorough. He went the whole distance of the lake. It was beautiful. Well, the bit that you could walk on. Anyway, because it gets deep further out. But after seeing him do that, we were like, okay, we can get in this water. So we apply sunscreen. And apparently, I apply sunscreen weird. I didn't know that. I learned this when I decided to put sunscreen on my feet. But not just my feet, the bottom of my feet. I don't want to get burned on the bottom of my feet, okay? I don't want it to happen. Have you ever had a sunburn on your foot? I haven't, but I don't want to have one because I imagine that would be very painful. You know? Because you walk on that. I learned that she can be quite gullible in the water. What I did was I dragged her out deep enough, and she was kind of holding close to me because I was warm and the water was very cold. So I grab her like I'm hugging her, and then I put my head by her shoulder, do this number right here, and I go, nope. We came up. She was smiling, laughing, and saying, I hate you. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. What else happened that was interesting? Because I'm sure you guys don't want to hear about us swimming in the lake. Well, I got injured 3 times. Seamus, how did you get injured? Well, I didn't apply enough sunscreen. I got sunburn on both my shoulders. I actually still have a burn on this one. It's mostly cleared up. I caught on fire, and I cut my finger with a knife. Now, let me explain how those last 2 happened. It was getting later in the day. It was like 6 o'clock, I think. We decided to go to Walmart, because it's like right down the road, like maybe 10 minutes. We get there. We decide, yeah, we'll have some bratwurst, and they have grills out there. Let's get some coal. So we get some charcoal, we get bratwurst, we get corn, we get butter. We get everything we need for a frickin' barbecue. And we get there, and we set it up. Tinfoil on the grill, put the charcoal in there. Problem is, we didn't think to buy lighter fluid. And the kind of charcoal we got needs it. So we're sitting there for half an hour. I'm there with my little striker thing. It's kind of like a flint and steel. I'm going to town at it like, come on, light! You are designed to catch fire! It didn't catch fire. She had a lighter, and she kind of held it over there. I remember I always carry a first aid kit on me in my holster. and I took out one of the alcohol swabs. That wouldn't even catch fire. Fire just does not like us. So what we eventually decided to do was we're going to build a fire the way I learned in the Scouts. I go around and I gather as much as I can, and I build up a little thingy in there. The problem with that, however, was we already had the food and stuff set up on the top because we expected this to light pretty easy. So I'm trying to build it from the side. So obviously I build it wrong, and we can't get it to light for a couple of minutes. She eventually manages to get a stick lit and get the thingy to catch on fire. Yes, thingy, that's a technical term, don't worry about it. And what happens next is we spend 15 minutes keeping that fire alive. Eventually we give up because there's not enough stuff around to burn, and it's just not cooking the food. So I just pull the corn off of the grill and I start pulling the husks off. But I'm looking at the husk and I'm like, this might burn. Will this burn? Maybe I can make the fire a little bigger and we can cook these potatoes a little more. So I throw it into the fire. I step back and I watch it for a second and I'm like, nah, that doesn't burn. So I step back up to the grill to pull the potatoes off. Mistake. Corn husk burns because right as I step up to it and pull out my knife to cut the potatoes off of the tin foil because it's stuck, that corn husk catches fire. But it doesn't just catch fire. It turns into a frickin' fireball and comes out of the grill and charges me. So of course, I jump back with my knife in the air like this. Like, no! And I run around for a solid 10 seconds trying to figure out if I'm on fire or not. That was amazing. It was the worst. I did not cut myself here, though. After realizing corn husk burns, and it burns quite furiously, I pulled the husk off of the remaining bit of corn and threw it in the fire. That one did not burn. Why? I don't know. It just didn't. So we pull everything off the grill and we put it on our little table that we have, and I decide I'm going to cut my potato because we have 2 potatoes. I'm going to cut mine because I don't want to sit there with a whole freaking potato guy. You know, that's just no. Plus, I cannot eat potato skins. It messes with my stuff with the illnesses that I have. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, I'm cutting it, and I realize my knife's a little dirty with potato. So, like the genius I am, I grab the Walmart shopping bag that we used. It's not one of the paper ones, it's a plastic one, because for whatever reason they gave us a plastic bag.